All right. Welcome everyone to Every Strand Counts with me, Dana Wilson. And thank you for joining our Call to Care Holistic Hair Advocate Spotlight series. We will get started shortly, so please share so others can join in on this powerful conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
In audio.
All right, welcome everyone. You are tuned in to Call to Care Holistic Hair Advocate Spotlight series, where we highlight individuals who have answered the call and are making an impact in their work. This series is proudly sponsored by Peace and Hair Growth Together Summit, expanding hair care with hair loss solutions. And that's exactly what this work is all about. So here at Every Strand Counts, every root, every lesson, every experience, and every legacy makes a difference in our lives. This show creates space for conversations that educate, empower, and restore confidence with leaders, authors, and entrepreneurs who long to touch, move, and inspire through their work. Now, just for a little context around this series, a holistic hair advocate is a hair care professional who goes beyond the strand, supporting hair growth by addressing scalp health, lifestyle, and whole body wellness, not just what's showing up on the surface, you guys, because we understand the full picture. We create space for real and lasting transformation. And today, I have the honor of spotlighting someone who is truly walking in her purpose. Okay. So please let me welcome Miss Crystal Vaught to the room. Ooh. Listen, Crystal Vaught is the CEO and creative director of Stellar Service, located in Durham, North Carolina. She is an educator, a licensed cosmetologist with over 30 years experience, a Sisterlocks practitioner, a certified cold capper, and of course, she is a holistic hair advocate. Welcome, Crystal, to the room. Thank you for being here, my lady.
Thank you, Dana, for having this
listen,
opportunity.
listen, you're not playing, Crystal. I listen, and I just grabbed snapshots, right, of your experience. You're a licensed cosmetologist, a sister lock practitioner, a certified cold capper. So that means you helping people who want to save their hair when they're going through chemo. And then you're also a holistic hair advocate. You are doing some real work here, okay? And I want to start by opening up by asking you what was happening behind your chair that made you realize you had to do more than just support people just with hairstyling, right? So what was going on behind the chair that had you say, I want to get into this hair loss arena?
Well, I will go back to my own experience in the chair. Uh,
Okay.
I got micro locks, was hoping I was getting sister locks, and of course, my desire to want to learn more, led me to seeking out the sister locks class.
Okay.
But from my install to the present, I felt like I arrived. I found a stylist, got the install, but I experienced problems with my hair and my scalp, other health issues separate and apart from my hair and scalp. And really, the things that were happening, my stylist really did not make a connection.
Okay.
And basically, I was questioned about what was I doing, as though I had done something wrong.
Okay.
Um, and number one, I already felt very uncomfortable about what I was seeing.
Okay.
But then the stance that was taken, it really didn't feel like support. And so I didn't know that the things that were happening with my hair and scalp were related to other things in my, I say, global picture of overall wellness. I just didn't know that, and was in the chair of someone who also did not know, but presumed that, of course, I was doing something wrong. Um, and
I'm
I always just
that.
wanted to know more about why.
I'm glad you're being transparent with that, because that's what's happening out here, is that we have a lot of hair care professionals doing the best job they possibly can with
Mm-hmm.
the tool sets and education that they have, right? But not necessarily being able to support people around hair growth or hair loss.
Mm-hmm.
And so they don't know what to say and what to do, right? They only have that limited education. And so sometimes, unfortunately for the client, you obviously are impacted by that, by the way that they're having the conversation with you, the way that you're asking the questions that they're asking, and then the limited information that they're being able to share with you. So because of that experience, what had you say, okay, I need to learn more about this?
Number one, if me personally, if I don't know, I say I don't know,
Okay.
and I will come back and say, I don't know, but I will look into it, or I'll tap into my resources or whatever. That was never kind of an option. It was just a given that, oh, you had to do something wrong.
Okay.
And in addition to that, the symptoms I was having on my scalp and things that I was seeing, the changes I was seeing with my hair, those things never went away. Those the things I observed in terms of symptoms got worse.
Okay.
Um, I was losing more hair, and I was having more scalp issues, more pain,
Oh,
and losing more hair. And even when I asked about doing a different, coming less frequently, or only doing certain parts of my hair during the reties, and any deviation or any question I could ask or anything I could recommend was pretty much shot down.
okay.
Um,
Okay.
and that was it. Just left me in a um it made me feel, well, it did make me feel better,
Right.
but it left me wondering if there were any options at all.
Okay.
um
I got it. I can understand that completely, because obviously you know that I also experienced hair loss. That's why I got into the field of psychology and hair growth, finding hair growth solutions. So what was some, maybe one aha moment you've had about hair loss that has changed your perspective about what you're going through and your clients as well?
the aha about hair loss, when I was diagnosed with alopecia,
Okay.
the first type of alopecia was traction alopecia. So that was the light bulb moment. I had locks previously, palm roll. I'd had the interlock, but I, as we all say, I know my body better than anybody
Mhm.
else, and I knew that beauty should not hurt.
Okay,
I
now
knew that. I knew that my it shouldn't hurt. I'm like,
you starting something now. You starting something, Chris.
like this shouldn't hurt. So when even when I returned back after the diagnosis from the dermatologist and shared that with my stylist at that time, it was like I showed up with a genuine designer handbag, and it was like, like
So
uh
okay, so you got the diagnosis
Mhm.
to a dermatologist. Is that right?
I
Okay.
did. And my dermatologist coincidentally has sister locks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And
Good stuff.
uh,
So
so,
she gave you the diagnosis of traction alopecia. So
yes.
you had a name to go with what
Mhm.
was going on with you. You went back to your stylist and she still didn't have anything to offer you.
No, it was given the same level of importance, or seem it was made to seem trivial, just like
Okay.
the other things I shared. And that was the light bulb that was another moment for me where I'm saying I went to a medical doctor, and uh, it let me know that it was just that the stance of the individual, and that there are multiple individuals out there. And I wanted my, um, if I want to retain any part of my body,
Mhm.
I needed to take the actions that I felt comfortable with.
Mhm. So
And
what do you know now? What do you know now about, okay, so you went to the dermatologist, you went to the
mhm.
stylist. Obviously, the dermatologist did leave you or had you walk away with something, hopefully, as to how to move forward. What do you know now about hair loss that you didn't know before?
um, my dermatologist spoke about hair loss just as if, or compared it to your lifelong care of your teeth and oral health.
Okay.
And we are taught to have certain routines and certain things to do on a regular basis to prolong our lifespan, keep our
Mhm.
teeth longer.
Yeah.
Um, we are not, our culture, we are not taught those same things in terms of our hair.
Okay.
And because of that, when we do see any major changes or differences, number one, our eye has picked up on it, but it has already um, taken place well before that.
Mhm.
And then we are not equipped. We weren't raised knowing to um, stimulate or brush our scalp. Some of us have known about that for other reasons, but just some very basic things to do in terms of the cleanliness of the scalp.
Mhm.
Of course, styling without excess tension,
Okay.
um, and just those basic things, that there are things that we should always be doing, um, big picture, that will help preserve like our hair, our scalp. And I knew it from a scientific perspective. You need a clean environment
Okay.
for hair to grow. It also needs, good circulation, those basic types of things, and nourishment. But what that looks like on a day-to-day basis, and what that looks like as you get older, as you go through different stages of life, and um, yeah, I never knew that. So
Okay.
uh,
Okay. So
I've
now
been going to
this really,
dermatologists for, I say, all my life, but never knew that getting my skin checked and my scalp checked on a routine basis should be in line with me going for a
yeah,
regular dental checkup or any
right.
other type of physical. Never knew that.
Yeah.
So
Because scalp is skin, right?
yeah,
So
it is
a lot of times we compartmentalize our scalp
correct.
from the rest of the skin in our body, but scalp
Mhm.
is skin. So we definitely need good hygiene, scalp hygiene, just like we have good skin hygiene. We concerned about our face and our bodies
Ah.
also is included in that as well. So, how has this information impacted your confidence, one as an individual, let alone your confidence with supporting your current clientele?
Um, on a personal level, it made me feel like I was not alone.
Okay.
Everyone experiences some type of hair and or scalp issue, and that is normal, but no one really talks about it. um, we also are too quick to want to cover it up and hide it, and it's a lot of work to really make a difference that would be long term. We want the quick fix,
Right.
and we want what looks good.
Yeah.
But at the end of every day, I knew I didn't want to take my hair and put it on a wig stand.
Yeah. I understand.
And there's nothing wrong with that if that's
Absolutely not. Yeah.
preference. But for me, I needed to know why I had 12-inch locks just laying in the floor. And that's what got me started. I didn't, once I learned about just the environment and keep my scalp clean and what types of things I personally needed to do as I started having conversations with my clients,
Mm-hmm.
I immediately learned, number one, everyone didn't have natural hair all their life.
Okay.
Even if they did, the care routine that they learned may or may not have aligned with what their hairstyle was. So, we have a lot of myths, that having a scalp that's not clean, aka dirty hair, is gonna make your dirty scalp's gonna make your hair grow, or not combing it. Well,
Yes, that's
there's a
definitely
lot
a
of things that we know, just that, yeah, it's not good, but we go along with it because we feel like we are making progress. And because of that, I said, okay, I can't assume that any client knows to only put product or a medication like from a dermatologist on their scalp, and the scalp has to be clean.
Mhm. I'm glad
uh
you said
just
that. I'm glad you mentioned
Well,
the
look,
product.
very small
Yeah,
details matter, and that's what I've learned, that we haven't all been taught those things. So
yeah.
the smallest of details, like massaging our scalp, and just very small things, make a huge difference, especially long term.
Hmm.
And consistency is key. So
So now, as a holistic care advocate, I mean, obviously that means that you are definitely going to support your clients around uh, healthy hair.
mhm.
What new services and solutions are you now able to offer, because you understand now that it is from the inside out? There are things that we can do externally, like you saying, stimulation and things like that, making sure we, getting blood circulation to the scalp and things of that nature. What new services and solutions do you have to offer your clients now that you're totally aware about how hair loss and hair growth works?
Well, I've connected the dots.
Oh,
And I cannot wait, and my clients cannot wait until they are seeing thinning, breakage, um, lesions or clot things on their scalp. We can't wait until it's a 3 alarm fire.
right.
We should be doing things on a regular basis that will support a clean scalp and hair growth, and overall those things tie into our wellness. So we know the things we're always told to do in terms of eating a well balanced diet and hydration. Those
Mhm.
things matter even more when or if we suspect there are issues with our hair or scalp. So I now know it shouldn't be that I don't wait until I see, oh, this is thin, or have a client point out this area is thinning, or I don't like how this looks.
Mhm.
Part of my normal conversation now includes uh whether or not we general humans are taking any type of supplements. Are we exercising? Are we taking in enough water? One of my main questions is caffeine. How much caffeine do you take in? I think I'm one of the only folks that I've met so far who just cannot have caffeine. So most folks have some level of caffeine, and or then the exercise piece. And we rationalize the whys behind the different things for various reasons. And it's not a judgment call, but then just saying, well, if you are doing XYZ, this is how it shows up in your body. This is how caffeine will dehydrate you. This is what your scalp will feel like. This is what it'll feel like. This is how you know you are getting enough water on the inside, and how you know you are hydrating or moisturizing your hair enough. And moisturizing, just talking about what that means, not coating the strands of hair, but replenishing that H2O inside the hair.
So it's
training my own eyes. When we see the little white little pieces, a lot of folks like, oh, I got all these little pieces of hair breaking. No, your hair is literally like the cactus looking for water. So just knowing just some very basic things. Your body needs water. You need fuel for any part of your body. And just knowing that that's part of the big picture. And your hair, you have the ability of making one small change that you will see in multiple parts of your body.
It sounds like you are really focused on educating the client from the onset, and really kind of get and tapping into what the person is intaking and what are they doing right now, so that you can share with them recommendations that they can do so that they can prevent the hair loss. So I really can appreciate that. I really can appreciate that for your clients, for sure. Because as stylists or hair practitioners, we are the first line of defense for our clients. A lot of times we're seeing things before they see it. And like you're educating them up front before we even see anything at all, to put them in the best possible position so that they won't lose hair. We're going to take a moment's break for 1 second. I want to pause for a moment and just say, listen, if you listen to this conversation and as a client or hair practitioner, this is resonating with you at all, and that you're realizing that hair loss is deeper work, right? Let me show you something. I'll be right back. I'm Dana Wilson, CEO and Director of Hair Cares, Inc., and I'm inviting you to Piecing Hair Growth Together, expanding hair care with hair loss solutions. Hair loss is more than a cosmetic issue. It's a growing concern for clients everywhere. As a hair care professional, we have the opportunity to do more than just style. We can provide real solutions. The key is understanding scalp health, hair growth, and holistic with a W solutions, and that's exactly what you'll gain.
Healthy hair begins within, so it is important that we take a holistic approach to healthy hair and healthy hair growth, meaning we focus on the body and not just the hair. Hair products are not enough. It is so important that we focus on scalp care and body wellness. Join us for Piecing Hair Growth Together, expanding hair care with hair loss solutions.
You'll leave with expert insights, a roadmap to expand your services, and practical solutions that you can implement into your business immediately. Secure your spot at www.haircaresinc.com, and remember, every strand counts. All right. I wanted to give everyone an invitation to this summit, because that's what we're here to do, is piece this thing together, because hair loss has been such a myth. Like Crystal has shared. Obviously, she's been a dermatologist and a stylist and still came to a place where she wasn't sure which way to go. But now she knows that it is internal work and then different lifestyle things that we need to do, right? To be able to stimulate hair growth or at least maintain what we have, right? And so that's what we stand to do at this summit. So please, if you're interested, go to my website and sign up for the summit. But let's get back to this powerful conversation that we're having with Crystal. Now, as a hair care professional, you personally experience issues with scalp and hair. Now you know what to do. Now you're supporting your clients through new services and solutions, and obviously education. Can you share a moment where you realized that you were making a deeper impact with your clients now with this newfound information and passion around hair growth?
Oh, yes, definitely. Again, if I were to turn the clock back, say 3 years ago,
Okay.
most of the conversations with my clients stemmed around daily maintenance, styling goals, things they aspired to see their hair do.
Okay.
And almost everyone wanted enough length to have a top bun.
Okay.
Someone may say, oh, I'd love color, but what will that do? There's always that question. And those were the most complex challenges I felt that I was being faced with.
Mm-hmm.
And occasionally a lock with slippage or a lock needing to be repaired or reattached.
Okay.
Now, that's not the be all end all. That may be where the client aspires to be. But for me, I still want the clients to have the option of having hair in months to come, in years to come.
Yeah.
If they choose to change their hairstyle or style it or wear it in a different style, because oftentimes we're wearing our hair in a particular style to camouflage something, which is fine. But you don't have to be held hostage by your own hair or by your appearance. So I'm looking far ahead and trying to anticipate anything that we don't see yet,
Yeah.
that we could potentially see in the future. And that by itself has revealed that we're not all doing what's in our best interest. I'm guilty as well. I'm still trying to get in half of my body weight in water every day. Some days I start out
Strong.
really strong and I can get it in early enough that I'm not up all night. Sometimes it looks like I'm having other items with high water content.
Mm-hmm.
So big picture, my initial conversations are to just assess where they are in their whole holistic journey.
Okay.
We still have a long ways to go in terms of just acknowledging that the things we know that are good for our body, we know it for a reason, but sometimes, we want to not follow through. It's like, oh, that's too hard, or we know what works, but doing it consistently is often a challenge. So
Yeah.
just finding ways to take what's already being done that's on the right track and building from there. It's a challenge. We have this whole movement of going to natural styles, but we have not arrived to the destination of natural hair with good scalp care and hair care. We think natural means we do zero.
Mhm. But you know what? That's why I like having this conversation. That's why I'm highlighting the people that support people around healthy hair, because we're ready for it now. We really
We
are.
are.
We
We're
are
ready.
ready
We
for
are
this
ready.
kind of conversation. We ready to do hard things. We know we have to do hard things and change lifestyle behaviors. Um, Here's the big thing. The big aha is that your hair is also impacted by your lifestyle as well, right? Whereas before, like any other ailment that you may have, the doctor's going to tell you to eat right and drink water and this, that, and the third, right? But when it came to our hair, it was compartmentalized. So we didn't understand that the things that's going on internally with us also impact our hair. We just consider, okay, my mom lost her hair, or it was on my daddy's side, or whatever, and we just camouflage and we keep going. We didn't have that connection, and
Yeah.
now we do have that connection, and we just need to make sure we're sharing it with more people. That's why we're highlighting people such as yourself, who are willing, who are called to care and called to share with clientele, and making sure they understand that what we do to our bodies also impact our hair. So let's get it, because we know we love our hair, and our hairs, our crown and glory, and all of those things. So we need to behave that way by and by
At all times.
feeding it well. But Crystal, I would like to ask you one more question. So for someone who is feeling called to do more, and I'm talking in particular to a hair care professional, they
Mhm.
are called to do more. They see the client sitting in their chair. They don't know what to say to the client, because they don't have the language and the skill set yet. And they're not sure where to get started. What would you say to those people?
Um, you are able to absorb a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. I consider myself a lifelong learner, but I also like working with my hands. I also am very visual, and I still need multiple opportunities to see and then relate it back and loop back to the written information. So just one, if you can just take one step forward, even if it's a baby step, just to expose yourself to uh, a, that information. It is a different mindset, it's a shift, but
Mhm.
just the exposure helps you understand that we're not operating in just one little silo. And that by itself will actually make you want to learn more. When you're able to understand or connect the why with
Mhm.
what you're seeing, it makes a huge difference. So everybody's aha moment comes at a different time, but you got to put yourself in a different arena so you can be exposed. And
Right.
maybe that first time you're at the conference, it may just seem like, I always say if you could just come away with just one thing, even if it's only product based,
Mhm.
knowing this is the type of shampoo that will instantly tell me or give me feedback about the status of their scalp. So just start small, but start. Every step forward is progress. So
Good.
um,
I
I
love that.
now when I see things, it doesn't just alarm me. It also gives me a Rolodex of things that it's could possibly be,
Mhm.
or possible changes that could align. So
Right.
um, it's I don't know. You could come up with all kinds of analogies, but what goes in comes out,
Good stuff.
and it will show up. So
Now, Crystal, you're in North Carolina. How
yeah.
can people get in contact with you that want support around hair growth and hair loss?
So effective April 1, my website will be active.
Mhm.
Um, I do have social media handles on Facebook, Instagram, and also I will be going into the world of LinkedIn.
All
Uh,
right.
But of course, Stellar Service NC is my handle. I also will be updating and making certain that my, how do you say it, that my numbers are kind of reflective or similar to my social media, so it's not long distance. But I just like to tell folks I'm there, even if you're not seeking me out for a service, just to learn that there are options. If you want to go a traditional route, I do have some connections with other types of providers, but it's just getting information and just educating one another. So just
Perfect.
knowing what to look for.
Perfect. So I think I have it right. Your
Yeah.
website is up. I have it right. If you want to contact Crystal, go to Stellar Service nc.com and
Yeah.
check her out and see her different services and offerings as well. Thank you so much, Miss Crystal Vaught, for giving me your time and sharing your knowledge with the world, because that's what it's all about. People need to know where you are so that they can get the help they seek. And for those who are in the closet, right? Um, and what I mean by in the closet, I'm not trying to be funny, meaning that
No.
you just don't know what to do and you covering it up, and you're suffering in silence. You don't have to do that, because there's help
Mhm.
out there. And
Yeah.
Crystal Vaught is one of those individuals who are willing to support you through it. So thank you so much, Crystal. I
Thank
appreciate
you for the
it,
opportunity, Dana.
ma'am. I'll talk to you soon, okay?
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you. All right, everyone. Hopefully you gained something for this from this conversation. Listen, there's help out here for you all who are experiencing hair loss, or if you just want to maintain the hair that you have. Um, there's help out there. You don't have to suffer in silence around hair loss any longer. We are educated now, and we stand here to support you. So please, thank you so much for viewing the show, and truly appreciate your support, and we care deeply about you. Let's stay connected. Go to my website, www.haircaresinc.com. Explore any of our offerings, join our community, and continue a journey of growth and discovery. Because guess what? Every strand counts. And I'll see you guys soon. Bye bye.